bright and early. Let's get back to Seward for an amazing venture today. Remember that construction from the previous video? We had to add some time to make sure we got there in time. Good morning from a rainy Seward Harbor. Kyle and I are about to do some fishing. Let's go have an adventure. We couldn't leave Alaska without doing that, could we? Upon arriving, we couldn't find the boat at first, so I had to call the captain. Apparently, they had changed the boat slip and emailed it out months and months ago. My mistake. But good to know we weren't the only ones lost. I give you the rainy song. How fitting for a day like today. After going through the safety checks and a safety briefing, we were off on our way. From previous life experiences, I decided to take some motion sickness pills, and man oh man am I glad I did. This right here was like the calm before the storm. The waters are nice and glassy. Did you know cruise ships come up here? Might have to do that sometime. Looking back, boats like these were in for a huge awakening once they got out to sea. The deckhands were hard at work getting all the fishing poles set up. After we left the harbor, following this tugboat just gave a feel of deadliest catch. However, these waters were very calm, glassy, amazing. I was like, oh, this ain't so bad. Boy, was I in for a rude awakening. Same with this little boat. Hopefully we won't be needing this today. Seriously, with the fog so low, you could barely see out. I tell you, I usually call seagulls big dum-dums, but they know to follow a fishing boat if they want a potential free meal that they don't have to work hard for. I feel like this bird followed us for miles. It's still kind of a bummer that we didn't get to see the Kenai Fjords, Resurrection Bay. Now let's have a look inside. This boat is bigger than you think. It had a full kitchen, obviously captain's quarters, and then bunks below for the captain and deckhands. Sometimes the amount of video you can get of the rough seas doesn't do it justice of being in person. This little boat tried its hardest to stay in our wake. I can't fault them. Smart move. Cresting over some of these swells definitely got the boat rocking, and you could really feel it left to right, up and down. And if you have a look, the little boat has had enough of this. My boat captain came across the radio and said only the strong survive, and he didn't know a woman driver was piloting that boat. I know this boat was kind of packed in and this is bench seating, but I would not be sitting in the splash of the boat.
Ooh, we are rocking and rolling.
On this particular fishing trip, we were seeking silver salmon and rockfish. However, Kyle and I did get the king salmon stamp, if we were lucky enough. Seriously, moments like these is why you tip your deckhands. This boat's rocking and rolling, and they're cutting up bait with sharp knives without losing any fingers. Sadly, it all changed from here and the day turned south for me. This being a half-day trip, halfway through, my body couldn't hang anymore. I got sick several times, but I kept going and did my best to catch some fish. I'd get sick, throw a hook in the water. Get sick, throw a hook in the water. Videoing stopped, but here's some pictures of how it turned out. My hat off to Kyle. I give him props for holding it together, catching his fish. He also caught the orange rockfish and the silver salmon. I also applaud these deckhands, cleaning all the fish for everyone, dealing with the rough seas, being patient with us as we all threw up over the side of the boat, baiting our hooks if needed. Whatever you may have for a question, they're happy to answer. I wish I remembered this fishing company's name, but I booked this on Groupon. So if you see the boat The Rainy Song in Seward Harbor, find a way to book them. They were great. Seriously, if they did a good job too, tip them. Once you get back on dry land, there's companies that will flash freeze and ship your package to your destination if you can't fly with it. We had a box, but it didn't work out. I was worried about it spoiling, but we made the drive back to Anchorage to head back to the airport and fly out back to Denver. If you made it this far in the series or this video, thank you very much. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Hit that like button for me, share with your friends and family, and see you on the next adventures, because there's more and more to come.